My name is Arvind Kala and I live in Delhi. As a Hindu, one thing about Hindus has always mystified me. Why are so many of them vegetarian? The non-Hindus of the world, they all eat meat. The Christians eat meat, the Muslims eat meat, the Buddhists, the Jews, the Shinto people of Japan, even our Parsis, they all eat meat and regularly, but not Hindus. Why? It's obviously our belief in reincarnation, in an afterlife. The Hindu mind goes like that if I eat mutton, then I'll be reborn as a goat in my next life and somebody will eat me up. But a Chinese eating chicken doesn't worry about a chicken pecking at his balls in another life. No, not at all. They eat meat with no sense of guilt whatsoever. So, but here the mystery deepens. If Hindus believe in an afterlife as we do, so do the Buddhists. But the Buddhists don't care. They're voracious meat eaters. Buddhists of Japan, China, Laos, Tibet, Cambodia, all of them, they are voracious meat eaters, but not Hindus. So it all boils down. So the obvious answer is that the rebirth, reincarnation belief is much more firmly embedded in the Hindu psyche than in the Buddhist psyche. Now, here I am reminded of that. Do you remember that story about Mahatma Gandhi? Once as a child, he ate meat, mutton, and the whole night he couldn't sleep because he could hear a goat bleating in his stomach. You remember what happened to Morarji Desai, the Prime Minister? That little anecdote. Once when he was Prime Minister, a foreign correspondent asked Morarji Desai, how come you're a vegetarian? So Morarji snapped. He said, how will you feel if somebody ate you up? So that is, I think, in some sense, he kind of reflected this Hindu ambivalence towards meat. Now, a thought strikes me. When Eid comes around, Muslims sacrifice a goat. The Christians sacrifice a turkey on Christmas. But what do Hindus do on Diwali, their biggest festival? Even staunch Hindu voracious meat eaters will not have meat or flesh. That's a holy day. On Holi and Janmashtami and Lakshmi Puja and days like that, again they don't have meat. On Tuesdays they won't have meat. During Navratra, a time of penance, they won't all Hindus stop giving meat, give up meat, even the meat eating ones. So it's like that. So it's very deeply embedded in the Hindu psyche. Now, to give an example, a woman loses a husband and she gives up on meat as a kind of a penance. Hindus, when they get old, they stop eating meat. To improve their biodata with the god who they're going to eat meat very, very soon. So the Hindus are full of idiosyncrasies when it comes to flesh food. Now, mutton eaters, etc., won't touch fish. A lot of the mutton eaters of North India do not touch pork either because they find the animal absolutely repulsive. And many of them don't even eat fish because there's an old tale in our Hindu scriptures that Manu, the founder of Hinduism, or one of the important honchos of Hinduism, he was saved by a fish. So, Hindus don't eat fish, to pay honor to that fish who saved Manu. So there is various, the idiosyncrasies are endless. The vegetarian in India, for instance, is a person who doesn't eat meat but eats eggs. But here also there are two kinds of vegetarians. One kind of vegetarian will have a boiled egg, but another kind of vegetarian will have cake which has egg in it, but not a boiled egg, because the boiled egg reminds him of the chicken which would have been born had he not eaten it. It's all a little complicated, So it's like that. It's full of ambivalence, and we are the only people. So it just boils down to this Hindu belief. I mean, I've posed a question, I don't know the answers, and all my life I've never found any explanation. You see, I'm a regular meat eater, but in my family I had four brothers and sisters, but only me and my oldest brother ate meat. Not my other three siblings. They didn't even eat eggs. My mom, she ate meat a lot in her childhood, but when she got married, she stopped having meat. She said, how can I have the child of an animal when I'll have children of my own? So it's all that. The idiosyncrasies of Hindu meat eating are endless. Here I'll go to, what percentage of Hindus eat meat. Now, the common surveys say 60-65%. Now, I see that as a misclassification. If I go to London once, do I become a globetrotter? No, not at all. So there are lots of Hindus who are classified as non-vegetarian who eat meat or chicken once in a month, once in 20 days. Well, for me, a meat eater or a non-vegetarian is somebody who eats meat regularly, every day or twice, thrice a week, and who eats meat with relish. But Hindus in India, they're occasional meat eaters, vast swathes of them, including, and I include Sikhs also, and etc. Jains, of course, are very, very, they don't even eat onions because the onion reminds them of a human head. That's how averse they are to sort of meat eating. It's crazy, but that's how it is. Now here in India, which regions have the strongest aversion to meat eating? Here from anecdotal evidence, I can tell you, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Delhi, UP, Bihar to some extent, Madhya Pradesh, and Rajasthan, and in the west, Gujarat. These are all, I can say this because I've been around in North India since the time of Gautam Buddha. So I've seen this. I've known dozens, maybe a few hundred Hindus, relatives, aunts, uncles, colleagues, friends, neighbors. I've seen them over a lifetime. So this is what I see. So I don't think there are more than 15-20% Hindus who are really non-vegetarian, people who eat meat regularly. But our surveys misidentify 60% of them as meat eaters, which is absolute nonsense. Well, friends, after this talk, I think I must go eat some mutton curry. And before I end, please do one thing. Forward this to your friends, to your relatives, to your neighbors, to your office colleagues, to your in-laws, everybody. And if they're passing by your house, just grab them by the throat and tell them to see my video. All right, folks, I'll bid you farewell. See you later, alligator.